Hi, Luis here, Head of Product at Motion. In this lesson, we're going to cover Motion's organization structure, and we're going to cover workspaces and how they work, how they have statuses, labels, and custom fields, and how you can use each of these things to better organize your work. Motion lets you organize your work in multiple ways. Once you sign into your team, the top level of organization is a workspace. So what is a workspace? This is your centralized hub where all your tasks, projects, and documents are scheduled and managed. Under workspaces, you can have folders to keep information organized. Under those folders, you can have documents and projects. Under those projects, you can have tasks, documents, and events. You can use a sidebar to navigate and explore your workspace. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm right here in my document, in my private workspace. Let's take a look at the sidebar first. At the top, I have my up next control. This is where Motion tells me what's coming up next for me. Then we have the new button. I call it the big blue button. And here's where you can create tasks, documents, projects, or meetings or events. Then we have search. This is a global search. You can search for docs, tasks, projects, attachments, and events. You have a filter right here that allows you to filter the sidebar. So if I look for welcome, for example, I can see that it filters the information on my sidebar. Then I have my global navigation. I have my agenda, my calendar, my tasks, all projects, my team schedule. This is where I can see what everybody's working on each day. I have my meeting notes, more on that later, and I have my tutorials. So you can always find these tutorials right here. Below that, I have my past due control, which tells me if something is past due, and it gives me a quick way to resolve it. Under that, we have favorites. You can favorite dashboards, projects, folders, documents, etc. But let's take a look at workspaces now. So down here, I'm gonna close all these out. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 workspaces. My main workspace is client engagement. This is a public workspace where most of the work for this team is tracked. I also have my private workspace that you saw before, where I have documents, folders, and projects. I'm gonna close this out so we can take a look at client engagement. You can get an idea of how Motion is organized. So at the top, we have client engagement. I'm gonna click it, and you see we have this navigate view. And this mirrors what you see in the sidebar. You can see that under the workspace, we can have folders, projects, and documents. Let's create a new doc. Let's call it my new document. And let's go back here to the client engagements workspace. You see my new document is right here. I can rearrange it, put it down here. Let's look under a folder. So this Innovatech folder, I can open it up. I can see that there's projects under it. And if I open a project up, I can see I can create documents within that project. If I want to see all the tasks in this client engagement workspace, I can click right here and see the task list. So you can see Motion automatically organizes my tasks by project and by stage. So to recap, here's an overview of how Motion is organized. In the top layer, you have your team. This is the main unit of organization in Motion. Then under your team, work is organized into workspaces. Think of workspaces as departments within your team. Under workspaces, you can have folders to organize your work. Under folders, you can have projects and documents. Under documents, you can have other documents. And under projects, you can have stages, tasks, documents, and events. Okay, let's go back to our demo and open up a workspace and its settings. And let's see what we have. When you open up a workspace, you have this overview tab. And here you can change the workspace name and you can add and remove members. You can also see that each workspace has statuses, labels, and custom fields. We're gonna talk about project templates and task templates in a different lesson. Let's open up statuses. So what is a status? A status indicates the progress of a task or project. Each workspace can customize its own statuses, but every status fits into one of these broad categories. Open statuses are for tasks or projects that are active and need to be worked on. Examples are to do, in progress, or blocked. Resolve statuses are reserved by Motion. They're system statuses. And there's just two. There's completed and canceled. These cannot be renamed or removed and may be referred to in the app as resolved statuses. And then we have custom statuses. You can create any additional statuses that fit your workflow, such as review needed or waiting for approval or anything like that. So when should you use statuses? You should use statuses to track the life cycle of a task or project. You can also create custom statuses if your team follows a specific workflow. And you should rely on the completed and canceled statuses to filter out finished work. Okay, now let's talk about labels. Labels help categorize tasks and projects without affecting their workflow. Unlike statuses, which indicate progress, labels are used to tag work with extra context. Some examples might be priority-based labels, such like low effort, department-specific labels like marketing or engineering, or project categories such as internal or client work. Use labels to organize tasks across different teams or departments, apply labels to quickly filter and find related tasks, and use them to track themes without changing statuses. One tip about using labels is you're gonna find yourself using labels to categorize your work, and then you'll start figuring out that those labels should graduate to be a custom field. So let's talk about custom fields. Custom fields in Motion allow you to add structured data to tasks and projects. Unlike labels, which are simple tags, custom fields provide more detailed information. There's a few types of custom fields. There's text fields for notes or descriptions. There's select and multi-select fields for predefined options. There's person and multi-person fields to track responsibility. There's date fields for milestones or review dates. And then there's URL fields for linking to external documents. When should you use custom fields? You can use text fields to capture extra details that don't fit in the task title. You can use select fields to track the type of work, such as feature request or bug. You can use date fields to manage internal deadlines separate from due dates. And you can use person fields to indicate secondary assignees, such as reviewers. Okay, so let's recap. Here's what we covered. Motion is organized by team, workspace, folder, project, document, task. In each workspace, you can customize your statuses, labels, and custom fields. Statuses help you track progress and include system-level research statuses like completed and canceled. Labels help you categorize tasks without affecting their workflow. And custom fields store structured data to enhance task tracking. Using these features together provides much better organization and visibility. All right, that's it for this lesson today. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, happy scheduling and bye-bye.